This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, everybody? And thanks to everybody for the awesome birthday yesterday. You guys are so generous, and it allows me to be generous. You guys are freaking amazing. So there you go. All right. So anyways, we got to just quickly try to. I'm just going to go over the middle monitor here. I think I have a live feed, but if people want to go out and try to find one where they're already setting things up or something, let me know. I don't know exactly. They never tell you, oh, it's going to be right here. Here's a link. Get ready to go. It's just, we're going to be doing a press conference later. So if you guys... I know we have a live link. They're definitely doing a press conference here in, I think, 8 minutes, I believe. Thanks, Sean. So this is the crazy case where the four friends were over here at Billy Chastain's home. And on bicycles, they all went to a salvage yard right here, apparently. Then they headed south and past this gas station. At least the phone did. They were following a phone ping. And apparently the FBI, and then later on they went south down here to another salvage yard. Then they disappeared. There's rumors out there right now that the salvage yard owner perhaps was in a shooting incident when other people broke in years ago. So who knows, right? And then a few days ago their bodies were found, or 4 bodies were found in the water right here. And maybe the press conference is to confirm that, but I don't know. So they are looking again at the salvage yard here for a reason. So it could be that, you know, I mean, it's crossed my mind early on, like that they broke in there and the salvage yard guy killed him, but it seemed more suspicious. That stuff that they're getting, I mean, salvage yard late at night. Some of them had drug manufacturing charges against them in the past. So you don't know. We don't know what it's going to be about. Let's see. So if you want, if you can send me an email if you find the actual link where they're getting it set up. I have one here, but I don't know if they're going to go straight from their live to it. I don't know what they're going to do. So
it's great to plan time outside, but Oklahoma weather doesn't check.
So I'll just mute it until I see what the hell's going on. That's a pretty weird case, yeah. And the way the sheriff was explaining the bodies in the water, it sounded like they were dismembered, but I don't know. The water's so dark that maybe it was just hard to see. You know, you can't even see an inch in the water. It's just, it looks like, I don't know if you ever watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when Augustus Gloop drank all the, drank out of the stream. That's what the stream looked like. It was looks like hot chocolate, but sort of orange. I mean, it's really just... Yeah, whatever he is. Yeah, police chief. Let's see. No, Chuck. Yeah. Man, it's about a different stream here, Chuck. People who just get so obsessed. Yeah, sure, it could mean anything. It could mean they won't let me go to the pizza parlor. It could mean they won't let me go to get my hair done. They won't let me go. I mean, who the hell knows, right? The game was already going on. It was an hour into the game. I mean, the game started before she even sent the text message. So that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Or actually, it started in another hour, but she was 70 miles away. So Fox 23 is the link that I have now. So if anybody finds another one, let me know. Seems like it should be on Facebook too. Let's see. Okay. I guess we'll see. Well, that's what guns are for, Brenda. Let's see. Yeah, the anthropologist indicated to me that they were, you know, dismembered, and that, you know, they had to put them back together, you know. And I wonder if they were nude, actually. I mean, it's hard to, you know, if you have clothes on, you're not going to be dismembering somebody. I don't know. And that maybe made it harder. It's not like, oh, look, there's a plaid shirt on that arm, and now he's got a plaid shirt on the rest of his body. We can just put this back together. We don't know, no bad beats. We're just waiting for the press conference. That's what the rewind button's for. Let's see. Anybody? So you think this is going to be the right one? Boggle Queen? I guess we'll see. And we'll see if we can find another one in the meantime. Yeah, but they did. They have manufacturing drug charges. 2 of them do, Rebecca, in their past. So, you know, I don't know if they changed anything, but that does kind of make you wonder. Yeah, they can say whatever the hell they want, you know. And if somehow we don't get it, we'll just end the show and I'll get a recording of it later and play it. I was just thinking maybe we could catch it live, but... Oh, really? Shit. Yeah, thanks for that one. Really quick there. Wow, that was a miracle. This isn't that right channel, so it's not on. Well, it could be. They might be waiting to get back from a commercial break. No. Looks like it might only be coming out of the left side, but you'll just have to figure out how to work it, guys. The ones that go, oh my God, I don't have the, I don't have
I think we're there.
Yeah.
My name is Joe Prentice. I am police chief for the city of Okmulgee. And I have a statement related to the missing 4 men case that we've been working, that you all have been following.
A statement.
The human remains recovered from the Deep Fork River at the Sharp Road Bridge have been positively identified as Mark Chastain.
Yeah, pretty obvious. And it just froze. God. Ah, I can't believe that. Hold on. That's crazy. Nah.
And that is what caused difficulty in determining identity, and that's why it took so long.
They just cut out all
I
the
got
part
call
that
about
mattered.
10 o'clock last night. The river appears to be a dump site. This investigation is now a murder investigation. Investigators worked all weekend recovering the bodies from the river and sifting through information obtained during the missing
He probably
persons
said they were
portion of the
dismembered.
investigation.
But we don't know.
Based on information obtained during the course of the investigation, we believe the men planned to commit some type of criminal act when they left the residence on West 6th Street. That belief is based on information supplied by a witness who reports they were invited to go with the men to, quote unquote, hit a lick big enough for all of them. We do not know what they planned or where they planned to do it. Task force officers continue to investigate and will do so until all leads are exhausted. A very methodical search was conducted Saturday at the salvage yard on 20th Street as well as surrounding properties. Nothing remarkable was observed inside the salvage yard, but evidence of a violent event was discovered
Yep.
on an adjoining property.
Ah, boy.
The owner of both salvage yards, Joe
I was
Kennedy,
wondering if they're
is considered
Joe
a person
Kennedy.
of interest,
Ah.
but no charges have been filed.
So he is the guy in the article.
Investigators would like to speak with him again. Mr. Kennedy was reported missing Saturday night
Oh.
and may be suicidal. He is last believed to be driving a blue Chrysler PT Cruiser bearing Oklahoma license LSA 245. During the missing person portion of the investigation, we were very liberal with information releases in an attempt to find the men. Once the investigation changed to a murder investigation, we will be much more conservative with information to protect the
Well, it's sad that
integrity
they
of
were
the
trying to steal
investigation.
something. Yeah.
I want to recognize the agencies that have assisted so far with the body recovery and Saturday search: the District Attorney's Violent Crime Task Force, the OSBI, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol Boat Team, Light Horse Police, the FBI, the Okmulgee Fire Department, and Okmulgee County Emergency Management, as well as City of Okmulgee Emergency Management. That is the conclusion of my statement. I will respond to questions that if you have any.
When you say they were going to get a lick, are we talking about drugs, or are we talking about copper? Or?
We have no idea. We have no idea. That is common terminology for engaging in some type of criminal behavior, but we do not know what they were planning or where they plan to do it.
Will we get a picture of Mr. Kennedy here pretty soon? Will you send that out?
Mr. Kennedy is a person of interest that we would like to talk to, and currently not a suspect. I probably won't release his photo unless
He's a
and until
suspect.
he is named a
Okay.
suspect.
He's missing.
When is the last time y'all spoke to us?
Friday after.
What are you telling the families about just kind of working this case and how you're trying to get them answers?
All of the information that I just provided you, I provided the family earlier this morning.
Yeah, the key line was blacked
I
out.
have assured them that nothing changes except the focus of the investigation. We have worked around the clock all week. We were out all weekend, and we will continue to work at the same pace that we've been working to try to find out exactly what happened to their loved ones and who did it.
Have you found the bicycles yet?
We have not. We still are missing the bicycles, and unfortunately, I have no description of the bicycles. At least one, and we believe all of the boys had multiple bicycles, and there's no way to know which ones they were on.
Have
Have you recovered the weapon, the gun used in shooting?
We have not.
So they were shot, maybe.
I'm not releasing that information.
Maybe they were shot in the face and they couldn't, I don't know.
Should I, if I see Mr. Kennedy, am I in danger? Is the community in danger with him out there?
I don't have any evidence to indicate that Mr. Kennedy is a threat to anyone else, but I would use caution. If anyone sees Mr. Kennedy, please call the local authorities.
Can you tell us what evidence was recovered at the second salvage yard or property nearby?
We're not releasing that yet.
Have you ever in your tenure had something like this happen?
I've worked over 80 murders in my career. I have worked murders involving multiple victims. I have worked dismemberments. But this case involves the highest number of victims.
So maybe it is
and
dismembered.
It's a very violent event. So I can't say that I've never worked anything like it, but it's right up there at the top.
So reason to believe that the victims were placed in the river on Sunday evening?
I don't know that I can give you a firm answer. It would take a considerable amount of time to put the bodies in the condition that they were and then dump them in the river. So my best estimate would be late Sunday night, early Monday morning.
When you said on CNN over the weekend about
Yeah, their families don't deserve it, but you know, if you're breaking and entering on people's property, just expect to be shot. You know, that's what's ridiculous. Nobody out there
Water always affects
should have to
decomposition.
allow people
And
to
depending on temperature, depending on the current flow, there's a lot of different factors that do that. And I would defer to forensic pathologists to better explain that than I. Whenever
I don't know if they were
water is
dismembered.
involved,
I mean,
it makes it much more difficult to identify evidence.
he got cut out right when he said that.
And we are methodical at every
I'll have to look
scene,
for a
but we have to
recording.
be extra methodical when we're dealing with a body of water because it's so easy to miss evidence.
When you last spoke with Mr. Kennedy, was he cooperative? What was his state of mind like?
He appeared to be cooperative. He was not antagonistic.
Is that property where the event happened, is that his property as well, or just the sell?
No, it is not his property. That property belongs to the property surrounding the salvage yard. And maybe for ease, I have since discovered that Mr. Kennedy referred to the South 75 location as the salvage yard and the 20th Street location as the scrap yard, which may make it easier to keep track of what we're talking about. So the scrap yard belonged to Mr. Kennedy. The property surrounding the scrap yard belongs to 3 different businesses.
And that property you're talking about is the one where the violent event looked like
That's correct. It was on one of the other pieces of property.
did these men have a relationship with Mr. Kennedy before? Were they employees? Are they relatives or anything?
Not that I'm aware of. Mr. Kennedy has denied knowing them, and obviously
Yeah,
I
thanks,
can't ask
Tristan.
the victims, but I don't have any reason to believe that there was any pre-existing relationship.
With them being cut up into pieces, is there a chance somebody's gonna find something down the creek or something like that, or do you believe you have recovered everything?
I believe this morning we recovered the last piece. We recovered the majority of the remains Friday night.
So there was
We
a
made an
dismemberment.
additional
Last
recovery
piece.
yesterday, and we
Yeah.
recovered what I believe is the last piece this morning.
Yeah, it is. So that is dismembered.
Bodies tied down to weight them down in the river, or were they just
I didn't see any evidence that there was an attempt to weight them down.
Now, with 4 men and 1 person in interest.
This is crazy.
he may have whoever did this may have been alone or received help.
Whenever I conduct an investigation, I always develop theories, but I don't publicize those until I have evidence to support them. At this point, I don't have any evidence of anyone else being involved.
Have you spoken with the family members before you met with us, and how are they doing?
I did speak with the family members. They were upset. I think that they had already resolved themselves that this was their loved ones.
It's pretty obvious.
But the additional information about dismemberment was obviously a shock, and they were very distraught.
What's next?
A lot of work. We're still waiting on cellular telephone records. We have requested additional video surveillance from businesses in the area. We'd like to talk to Mr. Kennedy again. We continue to get tips of sightings. But as information comes in of people that potentially know things, we're going out and talking to them. So we still have a lot of leads to follow, and we will continue to bring those in, prioritize them, and send those out to investigators to be accomplished and then report back. And at some point, we have to pause and prep reports. We have been working so fast, and this investigation has been rolling on so fast, we haven't had time to type any reports. We have a lot of typing to do.
So let me ask you, with all the media in the room, how do you want us to proceed?
Anyone that has any information about the murder or the disposal of the bodies after the murder or Mr. Kennedy's location is asked to contact Okmulgee Police or their local authorities. We can be contacted at 918-756-3511, or we have set up a tips email at tips@okmcity.net. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously these people, it sounds like they tried to go to the salvage yard to score, to steal something. And they probably ended up being shot by the owner. That's what it looks like. And then, the owner, I mean, people always go, like somebody up above, I was already going to comment on this, but they said, why would he dismember it? Well, after that, he probably panicked. I mean, we did a whole Rockabye Baby sort of theme thing on the same thing. The thing is the fact that he was able to, after killing them, let's say the shooting was probably totally justified, like they're on his property stealing, and that's just kind of the way it works, how about this, everybody? Don't steal things from people. How about that? But then after he killed them, he turned into a barbarian. And the thing is that's where, I always say, if people have the ability to do that, they should be put in prison anyways. I don't even care if the shooting was justified, but then you chop them up into into parts and then dump them in a river. That means there's something wrong with you. You're not able, you can't be in society anymore. You should have just shot them, left them where they were, and say, hey, they were breaking in, they were, on my property stealing things. And then, I mean, the thing is, I have sympathy for the family in terms of that they were chopped up and everything like that. But I don't have sympathy for people when they break into people's property. Like in Florida, their sheriffs over there say, if somebody breaks in your house, you just kill them immediately. And that's how it should be. Because what in the hell gives them the right to be in your house, putting you in danger and harm's way, even if they don't have a weapon? What the hell are they doing there? It's ridiculous. Okay, so, the only way to have a civil society is to have law and order. And when people, since law enforcement right now is dwindling away because of some weird-ass politics out there, people have to take law into their own hands sometimes. You can't just let people steal shit on your property. These the stories out there, oh, they were great guys, they were great family. They weren't, okay? I mean, you can sit there and believe that kind of crap if you want to. I feel bad, I mean, it sucks when people get killed or whatever, but they're in there stealing crap. I mean, these guys manufactured drugs, as recently as 6 or 7 years ago. They were producing, manufacturing drugs and had a facility for making drugs in one of the charges. And now they're out late at night, like biking around, into scrap yards, going in there, obviously, and then somebody else told another friend, hey, remember there was 6 people, so maybe 2 of them were asked, hey, you can come too, we got a big score. And they go into somebody's property, but the part that makes the other guy crappy is that, you know, after shooting them, obviously, he probably shot them all really quick, and then he chopped them up and put them in a river. So that's where you got to put him. I mean, he's got to be in prison just because of that, man. That's some psycho ass shit right there. That's how he covered it up. And Dan Carr knows all about that because he won the contest where we did a Rockabye Baby song, but you had to change the words to the people that panic at a party when somebody dies, and then their first thought is, ooh, if I just cut him up into bits and put him around the city in bags, you know, that's their first thought, you know. So he won that prize. We'll have to play it again one of these days. And yes, it was funny because it had nothing to do with an actual victim. It was just sort of the concept of it. Yeah, so it sounds like these people went onto a property to steal something. And I think this is the one that they were talking about, I think. Let's see, is this one on 20th Street right here? That's 2nd Street. So I don't know which one. I'm going to have to go look up. Maybe that's not even the right salvage yard. They were saying 20th Street. Now here's 20th right here. Oh yeah, maybe that one. Huh. Man, how many salvage yards can you have in a town? So let me move this. Actually, that's not the one. It was this one. Oops. So maybe that one. Okay. Got to change some stuff on there. That looks like the one, though, doesn't it? So you go to that one, and then that makes sense. You're just on this road. And then there's another one way down here. See, I think that they were maybe killed. I guess I have to listen to it again. Did they say that they were killed near this property? Because that's what we were saying the other day, is the cell phone pings might be just a ruse. That they were killed around up in this area, and then dismembered or whatever, and then their bodies were put right over here, and then the cell phone was taken down to this area. I don't know. I'm going to have to re-listen to that. But I found a Kennedy, Joe Kennedy, that lives right here, and he's 70-something years old. That kind of makes sense. And there's another one in the town too. I don't know if it's his kid or... But a 70-year-old seems about right to own 2 salvage yards, not a 32-year-old. Yeah. So, anyways, that's it, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't have much more to. I'll look up some stuff, try to figure some things out, and do the update later. You do, though. It's a crying shame, you know. You do that sometimes. Like, he might have panicked and was like, "Oh my God, what do I do?" Yeah. People just like to try to turn it into something else. They try to, you know, for their channel, like, ooh, I gotta make it into a bigger story. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, this guy probably shot them and then went, oh my God, what did I do? And he was trying to cover up and make it look like something else. Obviously, they were going to steal something. Yeah, that's what normal people do. Yeah, they do that, but sometimes they do that shit. You know, they try to cover it up. Yeah, what makes them not normal is that they... that he chopped the bodies up, I mean, or whatever he did. I mean, that's like a psycho does that. Crazy people. But if he's out there and he's suicidal, that means it didn't sit well with him, like he didn't really, you know. And apparently they talked to him. Yeah. I just think when anybody covers something up by dismembering, I mean, that's why we, did that contest thing one time, because it's ludicrous. Like, those people should be put in prison just for having that thought. Yeah. Hmm. Let's see. Anyways, I think that's it. I'm gonna go look some things up. Also in the Crystal Rogers case, the FBI is back out at the property of the house today. So there we go. Well, I'll do a little update on that too later. Pretty sweet. See if they find something. That's ridiculous, John. God, what a ridiculous comment. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for being here. Until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a... Whatever happened to not stealing, Beverly? You ever thought of that? What happened to not stealing? I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gragel's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With not really, it's
Just remember, I have a temper fucking check ya.
They're the ones that stole, putting themselves in that position.
And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender.
Hey,
and in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.